We're here at the British Museum and we've brought them a Trojan Horse.
People are not allowed on site now. Nothing will stop.
We can sit here all day. There's people locked on inside so we can't move it.
And how much space have you got in there? How many sleeping compartments is such? A couple or?
A couple, yeah.
BP sponsorship of the British Museum. The Trojan Horse seems to be a gift, but actually it's destruction that lies inside.
I'm on the welcome committee, so welcome. We've got quite a large following today, as you can see, and we're just trying to distribute people across the various different paths, kind of do a little bit of crowd control as well through our strategic leafleting.
It's time to break it down, to tear away that logo. This horse is not a gift, it only leads to sorrow. BP must fall, BP must fall.
Troy, myth and reality. It is just the perfect metaphor. And myth and reality is really appropriate because BP projects this image really caring about sustainability and taking climate change seriously. But the reality is that actually they invest 97% of their business in fossil fuels.
Oh, unhappy citizens, what madness! Do you think the crisis sailed away? Do you think this gift is free of treasury? We know BP's reputation. We know BP's reputation.
Colonialism and extractive society are responsible for climate change, and so it's deeply insulting to see the British Museum accepting dirty money from the genocidal oil industry during a climate emergency.
And if you look deeper into how the British Museum acquired many of the items here, you come to the realisation that these objects belong back where they come from. It's the right thing to do.
Give them back! Give them back!
The history of BP is the demise of economic and political democracy. In Iran, Senegal, elsewhere, let's see.
BP signed a deal to acquire the oil wells in Senegal. BP was advised that this deal is corrupt. BP chose to ignore all that and went ahead and signed the deal with Senegal.
BP is benefiting from a relationship with a repressive regime that is silencing protest and thus making it easier for BP to build its destructive and polluting pipelines.
There's enough oil in Kurdistan to fuel a country like Germany for 40 years. What would another 40 years of oil-driven conflict during the climate emergency do to my homeland and to my people?
Giants! Don't trust that horse! Journalists! Don't trust that horse! People! Don't trust that horse! British Museum! Don't trust that horse!
We knew that this would be something that very much aligned with our values and what we're fighting for as an organisation. We had a room where we were making origami with visitors to the museum, and we were having people write a message to the British Museum about why they should drop BP as a sponsor. We then asked people to take their secret messages and leave them places around the museum, and then afterwards we did a banner drop.
It's good. It's good.
The union represents workers in the visitor experience team, the shop, the enterprise team, the facilities and maintenance teams, the security guards and the cleaners. So today I'm here to deliver a message of solidarity that our trade union is against oil sponsorship. Solidarity to the British Museum workers.
Oh, I'm making a little spill. See, I'll clean it up.
Oh, okay.
I made a mess, everyone. I made a mess.
This museum is accepting funding from a corporation that is quite literally burning my generation and future generations' future to the ground.
BP must fall! BP must fall! We foresee the fall of BP. The tide is rising and so are we. We foresee the fall of BP.
We had the Trojan Horse, we've had the mass action, and we've moved into this performance that we're calling Monument.
People have set up a plaster cast workshop, and we're imagining and making real a time where the British Museum is aligning itself and celebrating the heroes who are protesting against climate change.
The museum is closed and the museum needs to secure for night to protect its collection.
We've been denied access to the toilets, so we've come prepared to make our own. We've smuggled the constituent elements of a compost toilet into the space.
We're going to continue to cast and create a beautiful piece of artwork, and we're going to be here all night.
And a really big part of the performance is the basic humanity of us here in the museum, feeding ourselves and sleeping overnight, which is an act of life that's really contrasting to BP's actions.
I think our cultural spaces should be for the people, and that's just not what's happening right now. They're for big corporations who are human rights abusers and are destroying the planet, and that feels just wrong in a lot of ways.
This is the time we really need to kick BP out of the British Museum once and for all.